Hello little friends, how are you? In the last class we have learned changing the subject, but in this lesson we are going to learn advanced changing the subject. Okay, so start over with a quick recap of our last lesson. Here we go. So here is a question in front of you. S equals to fg divided by 4. You need to make g the subject of this formula. It means you need to make g all alone on one side, right? So what we need to do, we need to remove all the things associated with g, right? So the thing which is very near to g is f, okay? The thing which is very near to g, we will remove at the end, okay? So the other things we are going to remove first, that is 4. So here you can see that 4 is in the bottom. So when the number is in bottom, it means it's being divided, right? It is dividing fg. So the opposite of division is multiplication, right? So it means you need to multiply right side and the left side with 4. Okay, so s times 4 means 4 times s, that is 4s, and here this 4 will be cancelled out with this 4 and we are left with fg. I can write like this: fg equals to 4s, because I need to make g my subject, so that's why I change their sides. Here you can see that now f is very near to g, so the thing which is very near your upcoming subject, you need to remove it at the end. Okay, so f is now needed to be removed. You know that fg means f times g. Okay, so the opposite of f times will be division. It means you need to divide f on both sides. So we have done in detail in the last lesson, so that's why I'm going so quickly. So now f and f will be cancelled. We will be left with g, and your answer will be equals to 4s divided by f. You can see now G has been changed into your subject. This and this question you can do yourself. Okay, so now we need to learn these type of questions, that how you can make C equals to your subject. If you can see that C has a power to 3. So how you can remove the power, this is the point to learn about today's lesson. Okay, if I have 2 squared, what do we mean by that? 2 times 2 gives you 2 squared, right? And if I have a times a, it means a squared. I can write it like a squared. When you are multiplying your same numbers or same letters, their powers get added, right? Their powers get added, means 1 plus 1 will give me 2. Same way, like 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. How can you write it? 3 will remain same and their powers are going to add it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 to power 4. In the same way, if I change it into some letter, for example, x times x times x times x, it will give me x to power 4. Okay, so now this is about how we get the power of a number. If I have, for example, 2 to power 2. So if I need to remove this power, what should I do? The opposite of power. What is the opposite of power? The opposite of power is the root of that number. The opposite of 2 squared will be equals to square root of 2 squared. Got my point? This under root is actually the opposite of this power. This under root is equals to power 1 by 2. Okay? Now this root can be cancelled out with this root and we will be left with 2. Okay, so this all alone root is called the square root. Whenever you have any number, for example, if I have 2 to power 2, that means 2 squared. The opposite of the square is the square root. It can be cancelled out with the square root. If I have a squared and I need to cancel this square, how I can cancel it? With its square root. That means this can be cancelled out with this. Now if I have, for example, c cube, I want to remove this cube. What should I do? I need to take the opposite of this cube, that is cube root. cube root is equals to like this. You have to write a little 3 on the root. It will become cube root of C3. Okay, now if I write like this can be cancelled with this and I will be left with C. Okay. Now the other way how you can do, for example, if I have 2 squared and I want to remove this power from 2, what should I do? I need to take the root of 2, this square. We call it square 2 squared. So it means we need to take the square root of 2, that is 1 by 2. And we also write like this, that is called square root. Okay. So we can write in any way you like if I multiply this 2 times 1 by 2, what will be my answer? 2 will be cancelled out with this 2 and we are left with 1. If I have 3 in my power, what I need to take? I need to take cube root of this 3. That means I need to multiply it by 1 by 3. When you multiply 3 times 1 by 3, this 3 will be cancelled out with this 3 and we will be left with 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here, 2 times 1 by 2. That means this 2 is going to be cancelled out with this 2 and we are left with 2 to power 1, that means 2. So now we can go into our question and we can try solving our question. So look at here. So as I already told you that the thing which is very near, that means 7 is very near to C cube. That means the number which is being multiplied with the letter, with the alphabet, you are going to remove it at the end. Okay. First, we are going to look at the other thing associated with it, that is A. Okay. This is actually plus a because the sign is always on the left side. So what we need to do, we need to remove this plus a. Okay. So the opposite of plus a is minus a. Very good. So what I need to do, I will write here minus a, and on the other side I'm going to do the same thing, that is minus a, and all other things writing as it is. Y was as it is, minus a I added over here, the same thing I did on the left side. Okay, so now let's solve it. Y minus a equals to a and a now cancelled out, we are left with 0. 0 minus 7c cube equals to minus 7c cube and y minus a. So I can write like this, minus 7c cube equals to y minus a. So still we have a lot to do over here. Now look at here, this minus 7 is again extra thing with c cube. It is multiplying with c cube, remember, multiplying with the c cube. So the opposite of this multiplication is division. It means we need to divide minus 7 on both sides, right hand side and left hand side. So it means these can be cancelled with each other. Now we are left with c cube equals to y minus a divided by minus 7. Now what we need to do, we need to solve all of the things one by one. First of all, I need to solve this negative sign. So when the negative sign is in the bottom, we need to take it on the top. Okay. When this minus sign will go up, what will happen? It's gonna multiply inside all the numbers in the top. Okay. When there is negative sign outside, the signs inside gets changed. Understand? Let's do it. Here is now minus sign outside. What will happen? Y is plus, it will become minus y. This is minus, it will become plus, and a will become plus a. So now we have minus y plus a divided by 7. Now what we need to do, we need to remove this cube from C because we need to make C the subject of this formula. So as I already told you that to remove this cube, this power, you need to do the same thing like you do for your multiplication and you divide it by 3. So like I am just multiplying my power with 1 by 3. 3 times 1 by 3 will give me answer equals to 1 in the power. So how I can do it on the right hand side? Same thing I need to do on the right hand side means I need to take the power of all the things on right side. Simple, it's not difficult. We can write like this, and this is your answer. That means C is equals to now minus y plus a divided by 7 whole to power 1 by 3. Okay. The other way of writing this is like this. You can write it in your root. That means this power 1 by 3 can be written as cube root of this number. That is y plus a divided by 7. So this is your answer. Okay. This is called cube root, means 1 by 2 can be written as like this square root, and 1 by 3 can be written just a little 3 on near the root, and in the same way 1 by 5 can be written like this. So this is the way of writing your roots. Okay, but the thing is same. 1 by 3 is same as cube root. Okay, so this is your answer now. Now look at this question, that is equals to 4 times g. I'm just expanding my bracket. 4 times w equals to 5w minus 3. Okay. Now we have 4g minus 4w equals to 5w minus 3. What we need to do? They're asking that you need to make w the subject of the formula. Okay, so let's do it over here. We need to make W the subject of formula. It means what we need to do, we need to make W all alone. What we can do one by one, we can start doing. That is, first I would like to finish this 3 from 5W. That means here minus 3, the opposite of minus 3 is plus 3. The same thing I need to do in this side. And now with what I am left with, I am left with 5W over here. Okay, I can write now like this: 5W equals to 4g minus 4w plus 3. Okay, now look at here. This 4w we need on this side, not on this side. Why? Because we need this w to be the subject of the formula. It means we need to remove this minus 4w. Okay, so let's remove it. What we have to do? We need to write the opposite of minus 4w. Minus 4w opposite will be plus 4w. Okay, and plus 3 will remain as it is. The same thing we need to do on the left hand side, that is 5w plus 4w. 5w plus 4w will give you 9w, right? And 4g is as it is. Minus 4w plus 4w will be cancelled with each other, and you are left with 9w equals to 4g plus 3. 9w equals to 4g plus 3, right? Again we have this 9 with this w. You know that this 9 is multiplying with w. What we need to do now? This is multiplying. Now we need to divide both sides by 9. Okay. So this 9 is going to be cancelled out with this 9. We are left with w equals to 4g plus 3. Sorry, this is 4g plus 3 divided by 9. So this is your answer. Okay. Okay, so hope that you enjoyed the lesson. Have a nice time. See you in the next class.